Captain CA here. Welcome back to the FlatsClass YouTube channel. This is the place you come to learn more about inshore fishing. I'm not going to teach you about inshore fishing today. I'm going to take you on an experiential field trip. Man, it's getting a little chilly. I'm going to walk up to the barn. It's starting to feel like fall, and as you can see, my wife has been decorating for fall. So, all that being said, talking about fall, before I take you on this trip, I want to remind you guys that the Plantation Inn's Redfish Classic is going to be October 20th. I think it's October 2021. So if you want to be a part of that and join in on all the fun and get to compete against Blondie and I, well, go register. It's going to be a worthwhile tournament. It always is, has lots of participation. Okay, well, I'm going to send you on this little trip where we're meeting with the Kirkharts. That's right. I've got Buddy and Mike Kirkhart, award-winning taxidermists, or I should say marine reproduction artists. These guys are amazing. They do the best work. There's no one close. I mean, literally no one close. Look at this mount right here with my friend Rick Harnish, who's going to join me on this field trip. Look at that tarpon with him and Buddy there before we loaded it up. But I want to show you their shop and talk with the guys. You can see what we're doing. And then we'll come back here and I want to kind of relive the moment, how all this happened. FlatsClass fans, Captain CA here, and today we're going on a road trip. We're actually going to the East Coast to Stuart, Florida to meet my friends, the Kirkharts. That's right, we're going back to new Wave Taxidermy, and we brought this. I got a cargo trailer. Rick Harnish, a good client of mine, has got two mounts. He actually caught with me, and we're gonna pick them up in the trailer. Plus, I'm surprising my wife with her largest tarpon ever. So, if you want to go along on an adventure, let's jump in the truck and go. You ready, Rick?
I'm ready. Let's go, man. What do you think, bud?
Oh, it's Friday.
They look awesome. Holy
Giants.
cow.
Yours is the skinny one in front.
Yeah.
That's somebody else.
Man. Those things look unbelievable.
I mean, if you look
So realistic.
1, 2, 3, and there's a roll down back there, 4. And I got one on the back, one that I'm finalizing.
That looks with the
to
head
send
and
to the
everything.
client.
Looks
That's
scale.
almost to scale, exactly.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah.
Wow. So this is a redfish we caught, what, a couple of years ago?
2 years ago,
2 years,
Louisiana.
3 years ago. 45 inches long and matches the picture of the fish perfectly. And if you're thinking that's way bigger than 45, it's just that the Louisiana Reds, they got a little Cajun belly on them. They're big.
It's 30 pounds.
That is beautiful. And then these tarpon are close to the same weight, but Rick got his best tarpon not last summer, but the summer before. It was 160 pounds, and the other one is my wife's tarpon. So we got to get them in the bus out there, bring them back to Citrus County.
That company,
Yeah.
right? And then one day, Leo called me and said, hey, guess what? Just one each?
I did 2 each.
2?
Yeah. You want them to go somewhere?
You're scared.
You want them to swim back up into the water?
No.
Yes, sir.
I say under.
Yes,
under
of
there,
course.
And then, what do you suppose?
Yeah.
One right here, just to keep them apart.
Yeah.
I hate covering them because you can't tell what you've covered.
Yes.
Yes.
That protects them from if they wiggle or something.
Get that one balled and stuffed underneath the
Tail.
yeah, or at least the anal fin.
I think you're correct. Like that. Okay.
Yeah.
Careful, careful.
Okay. Feet out.
Well, as much fun as I had going there, doing the road trip with Rick, and then just enjoying the guys, Mike and his son Buddy, and Mark, the production manager, and just kind of reliving the moment with them. And then we all went to lunch, and then pretty amazing, those sticks that actually support the tarpon during every process of their deal. Everyone wonders what those sticks that they're mounted on. Well, there's holes at the top and they hang them on that, but when it's in the paint room, it's hanging on that. And it made it quite easy in the trailer over there to put those sticks down and then fix them where we could screw them to the floor, prop them up with a bunch of moving blankets, and make sure they rode home all the way very safe. And when you leave Stewart to drive all the way back here to Citrus County, let me tell you, there's a lot of bumps in the road there on the turnpike, and we were in some heavy traffic and pouring down rain. And then we didn't come directly back here. I actually went over to Rick's house first, and we dropped off that beautiful redfish and his big tarpon. Then we came here with Blondie's tarpon. Well, you'll see what's next, and then I'll be right back. And we are back.
I'll put these in your side right here, Mike.
Okay, put them there, and we're gonna open up the back. Carry it in. It's been raining at home here. That rode pretty good. Oh yeah. She rode just great. We'll bring her inside next. Well, we finally did get it home. And a lot of folks that are watching this might be interested in getting a fiberglass reproduction mount. If you're not familiar with the players in the game, I'll say this. I don't talk anyone down. I'm just telling you, when I say that New Wave Taxidermy is the best in the industry, they're the best in the industry. It's not a competition. All you got to do is ask around. Everyone knows that. They are the best way up here. Are you going to pay extra for it? You damn right you are. You are going to pay extra for it. But it's one of those spends that commemorates a moment. So lots of people say, well, I'm not going to get a mount because I think I'm going to catch a bigger fish, this or that or the other thing. I've got several mounts from New Wave, and I wouldn't say any of them, except for one, is our biggest, fiberglass reproduction of the fish. And that's because in my family, lots of times we like to commemorate a moment when we did something together. Now, this particular fish that was caught for Blondie was a fish that her and I battled together and spent, I'm going to say, the better part of an hour and 20 minutes to try to land, because we didn't intentionally think that we were going to catch a fish that large on the inside. We caught this thing in Pinellas County, this particular fish, I should say, basically on the edge of a flat. So we were expecting there to be a lot of 75 to 120 pound fish, which generally speaking, she would whip in 25 to 45 minutes and it would be over. Somehow we got connected to this 158 pound behemoth, and you're like, well, how do you know it weighs that? Well, there is a tarpon calculator that you can access on the Bonefish Tarpon Trust website, where you punch in on your keyboard or whatever the length of the tarpon and the girth of the tarpon, and it will put you plus or minus, I think, 2.5–3% of what the tarpon actually weighs. So it gives you a number. Now, she has caught bigger tarpon with me down in Boca Grande and actually out on the beaches there in front of Anna Maria Island in Manatee County. But we've never really had one that kind of stood out the way that this one stood out. We were battling boat traffic in the intercoastal. We were trying to keep this thing out of the docks and whatnot. And then fortunately for me, one of my good friends and tarpon posse buddies that I used to spend a lot of time on the beach with when I lived down in Pinellas County is Captain Greg Peterson of Headshot Charters. And he saw that we were battling that fish for a long period of time, and then when he saw us bring the fish alongside, he idled up there in his boat and he took a picture right here of Blondie and I with that particular fish. We taped it out, and that fish went away at good speed and survived. And that's what we do. We're not bringing them out of the water or anything like that. We're just trying to get a measurement and let the fish go on. Because it was just one of those moments as a couple where we had to overcome so many things, it just made that fish very memorable. We still talk about that particular fish to this very day. And that's why I thought it was the perfect fish to make a mount for. So now, well, you're gonna see in a minute, the next part of this story. Where is she gonna want this? Because I can tell you, if this was my mount, it would not be in our family room. It'd probably be over there in my damn shop and office and studio. It wouldn't be inside the main house. But check this out, and I'll be right back. Every piece is signed by Mike Kirkhart because they're a piece of art, really. So where do you want this, hon? Do you want it up there, over the fireplace, or right there?
Well, wherever the biggest part of the wall is. I don't think it's going to go up there over the fireplace.
You do not.
I do not.
So maybe over the TV? It's faced the right way for that.
Yes, it is.
Biggest tarpon? It's a lot lighter than the one in the water, huh?
It's a lot lighter than the one in the water.
All right, let's figure this out, and then let's hold it in a few spots. You don't mind holding it there? It's not that heavy, is it?
It's getting heavy.
Is that the best place for it to be?
I think so.
Little down angle.
Mm-hmm. Everybody sees it when they come in. I think it's perfect.
Yeah, well, it was too big for the fireplace.
Yeah.
And it was
Too big
a little
to go.
too squishy
Yeah.
over the home theater stuff, so that's it. You like?
I do.
You happy?
I like. I'm very happy.
Was it as much fun as when we caught them?
No.
No. I'm a lucky man. I'm also a guy that thinks things out. When it's your wife's fish mount, it ends up going in the main house. Look at this picture here. She looks pretty happy, doesn't she? Good stuff. And something that we can relive forever in time with a beautiful mount from New Wave Taxidermy. They do an awesome job. I definitely recommend them if you've ever had that fish of a lifetime, or just that moment that you've done something with your children or something with your dad, or like me, something with my wife that was really one of those poignant moments in your lifetime. Don't trust it to anyone. Go to New Wave Taxidermy. Just tell Mike and Buddy Kirkhart that old Captain CA sent you. All right, speaking of reminding you to do stuff, come over here and push that button right now. I need you to subscribe. I need you to like this channel. We need to trend. The reason for that is once I hit 50,000 subscribers, I'm gonna have a full-time cameraman, and we are gonna go on the road a lot more and do a lot more cool things in very cool places. And I wanna take all of you with me. Okay? All right, that's all I got for you today, but look forward to a lot more fishing tips as we move into fall, because we've got some great action coming up. I've got a lot of stuff in the can. And don't forget, fish the Plantation Inn's Redfish Classic on October 20th. It's coming up. Sign up now.